Hey YouTube, it's Annabelle. So I want to get videos done really fast today. Um, the first one I'm going to do is my daughter's 20-month update. I cannot believe that she is 20 months old already. I know I say this in like every single one of her updates, but I cannot believe how fast she's growing and how much she is learning and how much she knows this month as compared to the month prior, and it's just awesome. So I'm just going to jump right into my list so I cover everything. I'm going to talk fast because I have lots of stuff to talk about. First of all, we had our zoo trip at the beginning of September. So that was 2 weeks ago, and it was great. It was absolutely amazing. We went right when the zoo opened. We had to travel, so we had to leave early in the morning. But we got there right away when it opened, and the crowd didn't come until about like 11:30. So we got to see a bunch of stuff, and just, it was awesome. We got to see everything. A lot of people told us that we weren't going to be able to see everything in one day, but we wanted to make sure that we hit the big stuff, like the animals and stuff that she knows, first. And it turns out that we had plenty of time to see absolutely everything, and it was just fabulous. Her favorite parts were the animals that made noises and were moving around and things. If the animals weren't moving, she didn't, like, she looked, but she wasn't like super thrilled with the animals that didn't do very much. But it was great. We stayed the whole day. She made it all day on like a half-hour nap-ish, a little more, a little less, but we didn't track the time very well when she started sleeping and when she got up. But it was about a half-hour nap, and she made it all day. It was so very exciting. And we had so much fun. It was great. Such a great time. Another thing, we are starting to like officially get everything together for her birthday. Since her birthday is now only 4 months away, it's crazy how quickly that is approaching. We have so much stuff that's happening before her birthday. So her birthday is going to be here in a blink of an eye. Just in October, we have, we're going to do a pumpkin patch weekend. We also have Halloween, and then we have Thanksgiving and Christmas, everything with Christmas. Oh my gosh, that time is going to go by so fast. She decided that she wanted an Elmo theme party. She's not really into the show Sesame Street, but she loves Sesame Street books and Elmo things, and if she sees Elmo on TV, or just, she always points out Elmo in books. She has a little Elmo doll, or a little stuffed animal, whatever you want to call it, that she sleeps with, and everything is, where's Elmo? Elmo, Elmo, Elmo. So, I know a lot of people do like mini birthday parties. My daughter also loves Minnie, so it was kind of in between Elmo and Minnie for her party choices. And even in the store, it was like Elmo or Minnie, and showed her a couple things, and she picked Elmo and was just fascinated with all the Elmo stuff. I have everything for her party done, except I still have to finish her invitations. I want to get a few more pictures on the back side of the invitations, and then I need to print them and all that fun stuff. The invitations are going to be sent with our Christmas cards, so I still have a couple months left to get that all together. But other than that, it's food that day, set up, which will be like the day before and that day of her birthday party. And we'll just have to send out thank you notes afterwards for all the people who come and all that kind of stuff. So that's all we have left for her birthday party, because I got a phone call from one of my friends, and our, like, well, it's in a different town, but our local party store had a sale, and I had a extra 30% off coupon for that same store. So I have all of her party stuff, and I didn't get, I'm gonna, like, red is another like dominant color of her birthday party, so some stuff is gonna be like the Sesame Street, mainly Elmo stuff, and then like the accent colors and like all that kind of stuff are gonna be red. So I've got like red plates to go, because I didn't buy all like Sesame Street plates just in case we don't like use them or whatever. So I got red plates too, as like the color that's going to go with it all. And I got all of that stuff already. So like I said, those things are the only things that we have left to do for her party, which is awesome. But yeah, 4 months away, crazy. I will have more videos on what I'm doing for her party. But anyways, next thing is potty training. Oh my gosh, it's going fabulous. And I just love that she's doing so well, and there's no pressure. It's not well, she needs to be potty trained in 2 days. No, that's not, we're not doing it like that. We want it to be a thing that she just, like, does. And there's no pressure, she doesn't get in trouble, she doesn't, whatever. But right now we are, like, this very moment, we started her in training pants the last week of August. So we're in it, what, three weeks now? But she's doing awesome. She is down to 1 diaper a day. So I do put a diaper on her when she's sleeping, just in case she would have an accident. So we are putting a diaper on her, but the only time she's wetting is overnight when she sleeps, because that's just too long, and she has a drink that she goes to bed with. So that's not an issue. That'll be the last thing that we conquer, is the overnight staying dry part of it. But she is using 1 to 3 of her training pants every day. And like this week, the only accidents that we're having are just little dribbles, just like on the way to the bathroom. But otherwise, she is dry. She's going poo-poos on the potty. She's going pee-pee on the potty. And she's just doing awesome. And like I said, the only training pants or whatever, like, it's just a little dribble in there. Like, it's not soaking wet, it's not almost wet, it's just like barely even wet. So that is so awesome, because even like 2 weeks ago when she would wet the whole thing. Because we were having problems, like, right when we started training pants. The first 2 days she wet a lot. And I was glad that I had gotten so many training pants. I was like, oh my gosh. But even that 3rd day, she started to get it. And she was like, okay. So, and then last week and the week before, she was just wetting when she was busy doing something. So when she was playing with a toy, or on a play date or something like that, and she didn't want to take the time out to go potty, she would wet. But, like, it's so awesome. She has done so well with it. We are definitely on our way. And again, we're not pushing it. It's just, we're doing it. She doesn't get in trouble. Like, if she dribbles, like, we just talk about, where does poo-poos go? Where does pee-pee go? And she does awesome. She comes up to me and my husband and says when she has to go potty. I do ask her a lot when we are, like, out and about, or if it's right before we're going to go to the grocery store, if we're in the middle of the grocery store. She kind of gets a certain face, kind of, when she has to go to the bathroom. So if she ever gets that face, like, I ask her. And I'm trying to step back a little bit and let her come to me. So that's something that I'm going to be working on next, is not asking so much. Do you have to go potty? Do you have to go potty? Do you have to go potty now? Because she's doing such a good job, I don't need to be doing that. And it's one of those things where I ask a lot, and I just need to stop. She is down to 2 naps a day. At the beginning of August, one day she just decided she wasn't going to take her 3rd nap from 5 to 6. And me and my husband were like, fine, if you're not crabby, then you don't have to sleep. And that was the very first day, and ever since then, we've only been on 2 naps. We will be taking out her morning nap sometime soon. It's about 50-50 whether she sleeps from 9:30 to 10:30. So right now she is sleeping from 9:30 to 10:30, and then 12:30 to 3. We added a half hour on the end of her afternoon nap since we took out that 3rd nap. And when we take out that morning nap, we'll add a half an hour onto the front of her long nap. So whenever we take out that first nap, she will sleep from 12 to 3 because that's right in the middle of her day, because she wakes up at 7 and she goes to bed at 8:30. So that is like right in the middle time there. October is big bed month. I'm hoping that by the time October ends, we are officially in our big bed for sure, all night, staying in bed, all that kind of stuff. That is the goal for October. I think the big bed was a little bit scary for her, so I have ordered an Elmo blanket, and that goes back to her birthday party planning and how much she loves Elmo. I looked into Elmo bedding sets. They don't make anything for queen size beds, and we are putting her in a queen size bed for her big bed. Well, blankets even are so expensive. Well, I did find one for $25, and so that is going to be, as soon as that arrives, which should be end of this week or beginning of next week, we are going to start doing big bed stuff. So that is super exciting. My daughter has not had milk for a while now. She had a few, well, it was a while where every time she would drink milk, she would throw up. So instead, we talked to our doctor, and we're doing vitamins now with her daily instead of her milk, since we're going to give milk a break for a little bit and do the vitamins for a while and then reintroduce milk later and see if she still has the same problems. She has developed about 1 day a week, and me and my husband thinking back, and we're like, okay, yeah, it's only 1 day a week. My daughter has become a picky eater. Just 1 day where she just wants cheese and fruit. Like, that's all she'll eat. Just cheese and fruit. Like, that just seems random. But about 1 day a week, that's all she'll eat for us. Let's see. Oh, she went up a shoe size, and shoes and socks are her big thing now. Since it's cooler outside, we're wearing socks and shoes when we go out, and so she is bound and determined to put those things on by herself. And she doesn't always get her socks on the right way, and she will get her shoes on the wrong feet, but it's just, we're practicing with her to get them on right, and she just does awesome. And it's just like her mission that she has to put those shoes and socks on by herself. So that's great. 2T pants fit her since we are not in diapers anymore. The cloth diapers were a little bit bulky, where her 2T pants were tight actually on her. But her legs aren't long enough for 3T pants. So I was a little bit worried about what we were going to do with that. But since we're not in diapers anymore, her 2T pants fit her. So that is awesome. And bye-bye to 2T shirts. The shirts do not fit over her head. They're starting to be too short, and the sleeves are too tight for her arms. So we are now in all 3 t-shirts. We have had some issues with her not listening and things, so we've had to reinforce timeout a lot here lately. So we just, we have given her up to 3 times to actually listen to what we're saying, and if she doesn't, then she goes and sits, and we're going to back that down to 2 here shortly, and then to 1, where if she doesn't do what we ask, then she goes and sits. So she regains that skill, or whatever you want to call it, to listen to what we were asking her to do, like stop stepping on that toy or you'll go sit kind of thing, is what we are. Sorry, my dogs are freaking out. There's somebody walking in front of our house, so they always have to protect the fort. Anyways, things that we are working on as for learning, and I'm gonna go through this as quickly as I possibly can. Okay, so we're working on object identification. I ask her what things are all day long. What is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? What is that? Where is that? All that kind of stuff. She's fascinated with outside right now, with cars on the street, birds, trees, sky, the moon when you can see it during the day, and the sun. Loves to see how things work, buckles and snaps. She's really into coloring and drawing lately. She wants to do that every single day. She has mastered puzzles, the big big puzzles, the knob puzzles. She is loving shapes right now. I've kind of switched my focus from colors to shapes because she's doing better with the shapes. And we've kind of backtracked on colors a little bit, because when I ask her what color something is, she either says blue or purple. Like, those are her two favorite things to say when I ask about color. She loves doing her ABCs with her daddy. So I've kind of backed off doing her B's, as she calls them, ABCs, she calls them B's, with her, because that is now like her and daddy's thing. So they do that like every single night. Like, she brings the doodle pad or doodle board, whatever you want to call it, over to him, and they do ABCs and flashcards together and all that fun stuff. She is super loving music. She has always loved music, but she is super loving music lately. She loves singing, and she'll grab something and pretend it's a microphone and sing. Like, I don't know where she got that or saw that or anything. We don't watch like music videos or things where people have microphones and are singing. So I just think that's so funny. And dancing, and she is a chatterbox. Oh my gosh. So when we talk to her, she usually repeats back the last couple words or the last word that we say to her. But we're working on sentences. She's got manners down. Please and thank you. She's got down really, really good. We're working on excuse me, like after she burps or toots or and like all that kind of stuff. We're working on choices. I'll give her like anywhere from 2 to 4 choices and have her pick something out, like cereal or snack or something to play with or something to take with us during a car ride or something like that. We're working on numbers and counting. We are just starting this. I'm just talking about how many of things there are and what numbers look like and just all that stuff. We're just starting that. My husband built us a kitchen helper learning tower, one of those things for our kitchen. If anybody wants to see it, let me know. But she's starting to help out in the kitchen, not with cooking like on the stove or anything, but she's working on helping me put stuff in a bowl or take things out of packages or wash fruit or measuring stuff out and putting it in the bowl or stirring if it's easy to stir. She can't stir thick things yet, but things that are like relatively easy to stir, she can stir them by herself. We're working on body part specifics. Since she is super good at her body parts, we are now doing like teeny tiny details of the human body now. And like things like eyelashes. She knows forehead and eyebrows and eyes and nose and mouth and face. But we're working on like things that are kind of more difficult, like where your earlobe is or where your eyelashes are. We're also working on like forearm and like bicep and calf and thigh and ankle and wrist. And I think that's all the main ones that we're doing right now. But her favorite game, and I'm going to end on this, is Where to Go. One of the things that I've been playing with her for the last few months is I will go and I will show her something and then I will go hide it and then have her come find it. Or I will ask her where something is, like where's her baby doll. So she goes to her baby doll bin and grabs out a baby doll and brings it to me. We've been playing that. Well, just recently she has started to hide things and then where to go. So it's just super cute and wonderful. And I haven't got her on videotape doing it because every time I pull out the camera, she wants to look at the camera and look at her face on the screen and all that kind of stuff. So I haven't got her doing anything lately because anytime I grab this camera, she's instantly like, she wants to hold it and touch it and she wants to video things and everything. So it's great fun. So that is like everything that's going on right now. If I happen to forget anything, I will leave it below. But otherwise, that's the general happenings right now. But yes, anyways, I will have more updates in the future, but that is it for right now. Any questions, leave them below. Otherwise, I will talk to you all later. Bye, guys.